It's election season, and here in Boone County, we have a pretty contested judge executive race. So this week, I'm sitting down with Commissioner Chet, and in a couple of weeks when we air an interview with Judge Gary Moore, giving both candidates a chance to tell everybody who they are and why you should vote for them. We're in campaign season. It's no secret out in Boone County. We got a pretty hotly contested judge executive race. I'm here with one of my counterparts, Commissioner Chet Hand, who is challenging the current sitting judge executive. Chet, can you tell us why you're running for judge executive and what prompted you to make that leap and jump in that race?
Sure. Obviously, I'm a commissioner today, and I do that because I think that we need average citizens that step up to kind of serve the people in these legislative roles. But I've got a family that's committed here to Boone County. I got 7 kids coming up, and I am very concerned about the future for them.
If you're elected, what is your top priority?
I think it's very obvious that the next 30 years of our county is going to be very different than the last 30 years of our county. Different set of challenges, different set of opportunities. And I think that a more strategic and resident-oriented strategic plan is going to be necessary as we go forward.
And you said opportunities, because that's one of the questions I have for you. What are some of the opportunities out there for citizens that they might be aware of?
As a previously rural county, mostly rural county, we were open and looking for growth. Well, now we've grown. So I think part of what opportunities we're going to have in the future is going to be about quality of life for residents. It could be things like destination themes and destination areas in our county, but it's going to be about quality of life opportunities for the future.
So a lot of people may not understand how the fiscal court's set up, with the 3 commissioners, judge executive, but a lot of the executive authority, is what governs and shapes the county. How will your style be as opposed from your opponent, who's the current judge executive?
I've been a leader my whole life, dealt with a lot of organizational change and organizational management. As an absolute minimum, as it relates to the fiscal court, I think I'm going to be a lot more open and transparent to the full fiscal court about what's going on in the county and how the county operations and executive office are operating, so that we, as commissioners, when we take calls and phone and texts and things from the public, that we can better inform about what's going on.
Do you think your style of government and governing will trickle down to the fiscal court, department heads, and board members, or do you see that being impacted by you coming into office as well?
I think so to some degree. I don't think, obviously, there's nobody in the county that has to worry about losing their job or anything like that. I think we have a very good staff, and I think the department heads do a good job with their departments. So I think it's just really going to be more about strategic oversight.
That's good. I will say you've been one of the more interactive ones on social media from a lot of the candidates I've seen. I know I myself am active, but you're pretty active as well. So people watching, feel free to reach out, follow Chet on social media. We're going to put his campaign website below. And if anyone has any questions, I will say, Mr. Hand does get back to you pretty quick.
Call, text, whatever.